Aloha! I know it's been a while since we last connected. I'm currently right now in Hawaii, feeling the vibes. And I just wanted to connect with you because it's been a while, but in order for me to share my lessons and just experiences and give you tips, I have to go and grow through things, and that's what I was doing. From our last conversation, I was given the opportunity to move, which was so exciting to me because I had been wanting to move for a while. I was living in my hometown of Elizabeth, New Jersey, Eastwood, represent, whoop whoop. But I was starting to feel really stagnant because I was still in my hometown and I was seeing my friends either get married and move away or get married, have families, buy homes, and I was still just in my studio apartment, going to work every single day and just in this routine, and I was just kind of feeling kind of down and sad. I started comparing myself and I'm like, wait a minute, let me get off social media, let me take a break because life is going great for me, but still I was desiring this change, and I was making sure that I was really open about how it would come. I didn't want to give myself too many restrictions or rules or guidelines. Just, moving and starting a new chapter was ultimately the biggest goal and the thing that would bring me the most joy. So I had to start figuring out how to trim all of those other little details, just in case it didn't happen. I find that was how I run into disappointment. So I was given the opportunity to relocate from my job, and I was unsure if I wanted to take the opportunity because it really, really involved me stepping out of my comfort zone, and I had to complete the whole move in over a period of like 6 weeks. So I decided to take the opportunity, and no, I do not live in Hawaii, but I am visiting. So it took me 6 weeks to make a decision, fly out and try to find an apartment, fly back home, move out of my apartment, and then fly back out and start my new life. So it was a really, really hectic time, and it was kind of a conflicting moment because I had been practicing so much to stay in the present moment because I spent a lot of time in the past getting all caught up on old issues, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to live there, but moving requires a lot of planning. So it was really kind of tough for me to make sure I was staying on the right path without getting too caught up in the details of living too far ahead. So ultimately, I was able to accomplish my goal. I moved, I did the planning, but then things started tripping up for me. I was relying on people to help me to move, and for whatever reasons, they were unavailable. I mean, my mom had to get her nails done, someone had to work, just life things were popping up, but I was getting frustrated. Or it was like, okay, it's time for me to sell my car, and the day I'm supposed to sell my car, I tell somebody my car's working, and then I can't even start my car. So I'm just like, okay, everything's working out for me, like trying to stay positive, but I was still holding on to that disappointment and anger, and I just started allowing all this resistance and negativity to pop up. But it was tough because you're moving, so you just have to plan everything out because you do have a deadline day of when everything needs to be done. So what I was realizing in that moment when things were becoming particularly tough for me, it was so amazing that I'm just grateful for the experience that I'm having this year of tuning into my intuition and connecting to God, because I was able to hear very clearly, okay, you need to take a moment, you need to take a minute, remember, everything's working out for you. Oh, darn it, there was a quote that I wanted to share with you guys. It is something about happiness is when you let go of everything that you think is supposed to happen and you're just grateful for what is. And that is what I needed to focus on. I had to surrender to all of this planning and what I thought it was supposed to be, but realize that, you know what? The goal is to have help to move out of my apartment. I did not say that the goal was to have this person, that person, do it this way, do it that way. The goal was to move out of my apartment. And once I started to focus back in on what my ultimate goal was, I started to release the control and just be happy with, you know what? I'm grateful that I have people here. I'm grateful that this situation helped me out, or this came together so that I was able to do and achieve what it was that I really needed, which was to move. So I want to say that my biggest lesson in these past few weeks has really been about surrendering and allowing the process, and remembering that every single thing is always working out for me. It may not be that I get there through A, B, and C. Maybe it's A, C, B, C, and I figure it out. I don't know, but that's what makes life fun, just kind of seeing how it all comes together, seeing the things that you thought were going to last, friendships, cars, situations, jobs, even where I live, just kind of shifting and being able to kind of roll with the flow or roll with the punches and go along with it has been amazing. I'm feeling so excited and optimistic about life. I have no idea how anything's gonna come together, and it's making me feel really great. It definitely feels like a burden is lifted off my shoulders. So for all of you who are like crazy about planning and things must go the way that you need it to go, I challenge you to just kind of forget that thinking. We're down to the last 6 months of the year, of the decade. Why not do something to change your life? And it all really starts with you. Why not just kind of give up some of that control and go with the flow and see where life takes you? Obviously, I would not just tell you to be irresponsible and to be lazy. You really have to make sure that you're tuning in and doing what's best for you internally so that you can lead yourself. I believe that we have all of the answers. Just do that before you decide to kind of give up your plans, especially again if you have no guidance. But I definitely encourage you. It is so rewarding. It is so amazing to see what you're able to do, and I passed so many tests. There were so many things that popped up that were altering my experience in the way that I wanted it to be. But even though it was changing my experience in the moment, me going through that and learning these lessons have been amazing. I'm just kind of like, yes, cross that off my list. I never have to go through that again, and it feels great. So I wanted to share that with you. Make sure that you let me know what's been going on with you. How do you deal with things like that? What's your process of surrendering? And what are you holding on to that's really tough for you to let go? Why are you holding on? Make sure you let me know. All right, see you soon.